Hello everyone. Today I would be sharing a video of implantation of toric IOL in an eye with the non-dilating pupil and how can we overcome the problem of alignment in such situation. I was updating a male patient who was on tamsulosin for the last couple of years and the pupil was non-dilated and the cataract nucleus density was around grade 4. After making side ports, I irrigated the antechamber with the intracameral mydriatics. Although there was sufficient retinal glow present, but staining of endocapsule with Tepon blue dye helps in making of capsular access in non-dilating pupils. Here I performed a decent size capsular access and my capsular access was slightly bigger than the size of pupil. Good hydro procedures make the life easy, so do hydro procedures meticulously and always do them for sufficient time. And if you are in learning phases, always check the free rotation of nucleus. This simple check can reduce a lot of complications in initial stages of learning. Wise use of combination of viscoelastics not only helps to dilate the pupil a little bit, but they also reduce the chances of iris flutter. I completed phagofragmentation without any problem, although pupil remained semi-dilated, but iris flutter was controlled beautifully by combination of viscoelastics. Epinuclear plate removal must be done carefully because this is the time where maximum posterocapsular events happen. Do not try to catch the epinuclear plate from the center. Always try to grab the tip of cortical matter or epinuclear plate under the capsular margin. Wise use of Sinskey to hook the iris is non-traumatic to the iris and can expose the hidden cortical matter and capsular margin. Some amount of cortical matter present at the periphery can be aspirated after the IOL implantation. In non-dilating pupil, alignment of toric IOL is slightly difficult because the marking on IOL are present at the perioptic haptic junction, which is difficult to visualize. I developed a marking device which leaves a smooth line of depression on the IOL surface which is aligned with the toric markings. This smooth line of depression can be easily visualized even at the central part for a couple of minutes. Personally, I am using this device for the last 1 year and it does not leave any permanent change on the IOL surface. You can see the smooth line which is evidently visible at the center. Therefore, there is no need to expose the toric markings which are hidden behind the iris. To know about more details about Sudhi toric marking systems, you can mail me. It is very simple and effective to use. I hope this piece of information would help you to improve the toric IOL outcomes in coming future. Thanks for watching.